Armored personnel carriers and infantry fighting vehicles may seem alike at first glance, but their roles are quite different. APCs are built to carry troops, while IFVs are meant to fight alongside them. Western designers often blurred that distinction, but in the Soviet Union, the line was drawn clearly. For infantry support, the military relied exclusively on tracked vehicles armed to take on tanks and other armored targets. Wheeled vehicles with heavy machine guns were left with the job of troop transport. That separation held for decades, right up until the arrival of the BTR-80A, the first sign of a new way of thinking. The original BTR-80 was developed at the Gorky Automotive Plant, or GAZ, in the 1980s, shaped by the lessons of recent conflicts. Fighting in Afghanistan had shown that existing transports lacked durability, protection, and a reliable engine. Soviet doctrine envisioned BTRs as fast, all-terrain, amphibious transports, but drawn-out wars demanded something sturdier. The design team at GAZ decided to solve this riddle the hard way. They tried to solve those problems without abandoning the concept of a lightweight, amphibious vehicle. The BTR-80 received a newly designed hull, with slightly better protection than its predecessors, along with a new power plant. A single diesel engine replacing the old twin carburetors. Engineers extended its range, made the engine easier to access, added a rear door for quicker troop deployment, and introduced new firing ports. The result was a vehicle that surpassed earlier models in many respects, though it retained its low weight and boat-like hull. The most important upgrade, however, came later, after the Soviet Union collapsed. The BTR-80A swapped out its heavy machine gun for a 30mm 2A-72 autocannon, the same weapon carried by the BMP-3. With that change, Soviet APCs began closing the gap with IFVs, at least in terms of firepower, if not armor. As a landmark of Soviet and Russian engineering, the BTR-80A also makes its appearance in War Thunder. Players can find it in both the Soviet and Italian research trees, the latter representing an export version built for Hungary that differs only in appearance. In-game, the BTR-80 isn't the fastest ride compared to its peers. It can reach 87 kilometers an hour, but only on paved roads. On city maps, it can still grab an early position, though lightweight vehicles from other nations, like Germany's Luch and Wiesel or Italy's R3, can sometimes beat it there. When rushing forward, always plan a fallback route, whether that means a secondary position to retreat to, or a way to deal with whoever comes after you. The BTR-80A's autocannon packs a solid punch for a vehicle of its rank. Its sub-caliber rounds can reliably pierce the side armor of tanks like the M48, Leopard, or AMX-30 at medium range. But it's not a good idea to go head-to-head with modern MBTs. Even a Leopard's frontal armor will be a tough nut to crack. Lighter vehicles are less of a threat. The real danger comes from other autocannon-armed vehicles, with survival often depending on who fires first. When engaging enemies from different eras, you'll need to employ different tactics. World War II and early post-war tanks are heavily armored against autocannon fire, but are on the slower side. Against them, the best approach is to cripple them by disabling their tracks and gun first. You still need to be careful though, as some of them are equipped with AA machine guns that can sometimes punch through your armor. Mid-Cold War vehicles are more vulnerable. Flanking fire from medium range is usually enough to take out Leopards, OF-40s, and similar tanks in a single burst. If not, a controlled sweep from the front of the hull to the rear can knock out both the driver and engine. Your autocannon is also very effective against lighter vehicles like IFVs or recoilless SPGs, and it can even bring down sluggish helicopters. Fast-moving aircraft are another matter, not for lack of firepower, but because of the gun's limited traverse and elevation speed. Drawing the attention of well-armed planes, especially ground attack aircraft, is best avoided. Another job the BTR-80 handles well is capturing points. It is a light vehicle after all. On maps with decent roads, it can reach key areas quickly and delay attackers, for instance, by taking out their tracks. Retreats are manageable too, thanks to its smoke launching system, even if the reverse speed and maneuverability of the vehicle lag behind many rivals. The BTR-80 is a hallmark of Soviet design philosophy, a vehicle well-suited to players who favor agility and foresight. In real life, it remains one of the most widely used APCs in the world, serving in the armed forces of more than 20 countries. What tactics do you use with this vehicle? Share your tips in the comments down below.